Hey, let's continue with this. In this video, I want to show you some smaller features. I already made one video that covered some smaller ones, but I want to show you more. Let's get going. For those of you who missed the first one, just wanted to repeat that we are talking about Msty Studio, which is a web version of Msty that you can download from Msty.app. The app you can download from Msty.app. The studio is not out yet. It is a web version, so don't try to download and say, hey, where are these features that you have been showing in your video? Even though it is a web application, the data is still stored locally, and this is what I covered in the first video. So please go and watch that video if you are worried about where your data is getting saved and how it is getting saved. I go into more technical details, how we go about doing that. Okay, let's continue. So let's continue from where we left off. So last time I showed you how we have this new projects feature that are nested. You can nest them and kind of create this complex hierarchy of attachments, system prompt, and other add-ons. So definitely watch the previous video. Okay, so once we have this nested structure, what you can do is, when you create a new conversation here, you can kind of see this breadcrumb here, and let's talk about that really quickly. So this breadcrumb not only shows you where you are here, but also you can click on it, and then you can do more here. So basically, instead of going here, you can click here and then do the same thing here. So if you have this collapsed here, you can just create and add new conversation there. So, okay. So once that is done, let me show you another feature here, which is some new tweaks that we have made to a very popular feature of Msty, which is the context sealed. So with context seal, what you can do is, let me just make it pretty simpler here. Conversation here. I'm with Gemma 2B. Maybe let's go with Nemo here. Okay, good. And then maybe apply my preset here. 2,000 tokens. Get rid of that. Maybe get rid of that. Apply. Okay. So let's say we ask it. Well, actually, I already have this loaded. So let's ask it, tell me, oops, sorry, I accidentally hit enter here. Let's go here. All right. Let me check my preset here. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Tell me something interesting. Okay. Tell me something about the planet Earth, maybe. Doesn't matter. Context sealed allows you to sort of isolate your context from polluting as you are chatting, right? So maybe at this point you want to have a different conversation. Of course, you can create a different conversation, or maybe you just do not want to create a new conversation because you still want to be in the same conversation, but maybe you don't want it to pollute this. And this also helps you with the context window issue, right? So if you have too long conversation, at some point you are going to run out of the context window size. So you may want to put some context sealed and continue from there. So what happens if I put a context sealed here? Well, when you put this one, this seal with a plus, so this will create context seal here. Basically, now when you chat, it doesn't have any context from this point up. And you can add context seal anywhere, right? You can context seal here as well. You can remove it. You can just say, hey, I just don't want that anymore for whatever reason. So you can have that one. Now this is something that is available in Msty app for a long time, and like I mentioned, it's a pretty popular feature. But what you can do here is, so sometimes what you want is like, okay, you don't want to include all the conversations, but maybe you want to include a summary of the conversation, right? So usually what you can do here, if you were to do in, without having what I'm going to show you, is say, what's, give me a summary or something like that. Give me a summary of this. And then when that happens, it will give you a summary, and then you can put in a context field. You can put a context field there, and then we have a summary, and you can start continue chatting. So that means you have the summary of the whole conversation up to that point, and then after that one, you are basically continuing with that summary and more new context, right? What you probably want for that use case is, have Msty do that automatically for you. So what you can do here now is you can add a context field here, and then click here, and then you can see it can generate context summary for you. So when you click on it, it will use the same model, and then it will generate the summary from that point above, where all the messages in that conversation, or until it sees another context field. So right now it generated summary based on all this conversation here, and you can kind of see here what it generated based on these conversations. And okay, there you go. So it has one sentence summary, blah 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 blah, and all this one. So of course you can change the prompt that we use for generating this summary. We ship with a default one, but you're more than welcome to change it, and I can show you where you can go and change that. All the default models actually, default prompts. Okay, so what now? So once you have that, what you can do now is like, let's see. So all the context has been removed from the conversation from now on, from this point on. But it will take the summary into the consideration. It will also take the the system prompt into consideration. So with new messages that I'm about to send, it will take the summary, the context summary, as well as the system prompt. So let's ask it like, give me a list or something like that. See what it says. See if it knows. There you go. So I said, give me a list. There is a context field, but because we put summary in here, and it's saying here is a list based on your provided context, blah 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 blah. So it knows both about the earth and then the jellyfish. Now, this does not know about these messages. It just knows the summary of this one. So it is taking the summary and then doing that one. Now you can go and continue to do that. Maybe you have 20 more conversations, let's say, and then you can create a summary and then continue again. So you can kind of see that how you will be chatting with the summaries, right? Like you go create a summary that has been created based on some other context, and which could have been created in some other summary. So you can continue doing that. Of course, you can regenerate this if you want. Like maybe if you are not happy with this one, you can regenerate it. Regenerate the summary. You can go back and create that. So maybe you want like to create a summary here. You can always go back and generate that one. So when you are creating summary here now, so it will take that as well as the summary of that. So it is like a summary of summary. So okay. So there is that. I think I've covered pretty much everything here. This is something you have probably already seen in Msty app, like that. And then fold, you already saw fold. I think I talked about this before. Okay, so now when you generate the summary, like I mentioned, it takes this model into consideration. So let me segue into some other one more feature that I want to show you. So you can change the model of this. You can, there is also, you probably have noticed that it also generated the title automatically. So there is a, that we use a model for that, right? There is a default prompt that we use for title generation. And just like in Msty app, you can of course go and change this, but also for context summary, you can set both the prompt and then the model. Now, there are many places where we use these models. So to generate something. So there is title, there is context field, and if you know from Msty app, there is also real-time data query synthesis, where we synthesize the query using a model. So there's people want to change the model, and there's a cool way in Msty Studio to do that. So if you go to this models hub here, go to the model squad. That's what we're calling it. So model squad, and I'll talk about some of these features in all these features in other videos. But so you go to model squad, and it's basically you can select a model and assign a task. And right now there are 3 tasks, but we can have more in the future. Of course, as we have more things, and we will have more. And some of the tags that I have hidden, otherwise it will give away the upcoming features that I'm gonna make videos about. So okay, so for auto title generation, what you can do is, like, you can say, hey, for auto title generation, use this model. Maybe use Mr. Limo here. And then you can also say, okay, when you do that one, please go ahead and then add these parameters. Of course, we can always create, like, my ABC here, and then say apply. So now you can save that. Assignment saved. So now you are creating this like a model squad that can do that task. Now this is not agent, right? So this is just a model that you're assigning that particular task. So now you can select add new assignment here, and maybe for real-time data prompt synthesis, you want to select a different one here, because that, let's say whatever this is, DeepSeek does a pretty good job, let's say. And then you save this one, you can save that one, you can assign more. So we only have one more left now. Context field summary generation. This is the one that used for generating the summary. So once you do that, maybe for this one, let's say I want Gemma to be. And since Gemma to be already had a default parameters set in one of the earlier videos, we set that one. That's why this, it got that default one, which is awesome, because you can have it assigned at the model or the global label, and it remembers that. But of course, you can always change this one. Again, you can say, okay, for this one, I want it like 0.8. Okay, and then you can of course have more. Like, let's say for context field, do not create more than 2,000, because you don't want more than 2,000. Let's say apply. And if there was any advanced parameters, you could also pass that. So apply, and there you go. Now what we have done here is we have assigned all your tasks to this model squad, right? So Mr. Limo, you said it's good for auto title generation. So basically, we are telling Msty Studio to, hey, use Mr. Limo when you are about to do auto title generation. If a model is not assigned, then it will select whatever is selected here at the bottom here. So that is like a fallback. And similarly for real-time data prompt synthesis, you can do DeepSeek, and context field summary generation. We are saying, use Gemma 2B. Okay, so save, done, boom, there you go. And when we generate it again, you won't be able to see it here. Maybe we can think about like showing the model name here, but right now what's happening here is whoever we assign that to generated this this one here. Kind of looks different, maybe that's why. Let me go and check this model squad here, and no, it is Gemma 2B. Okay, so there is that, and then the last one that I want to show you is the smaller feature is this copy icon here. If you click on this one, you can copy markdown to clipboard. You can download these as a markdown file. So if I download this one, it kind of downloaded there. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can show you this here. Let's see. Yeah, it just downloaded this. Let me open my editor here and show you this file. There you go. So did you know that blah blah blah? Okay, that's the one. Okay, so now you can also save these as a, you can copy HTML as HTML to clipboard. So it copies as an HTML file, text, or you could also do copy HTML to, download as HTML file. And then if I were to open that, of course, you will be able to see that. Oops. There you go. Oops. There you go. So it's just the same file, but converted to HTML. But, you know, it's great to be able to just copy paste in one of the HTML editor or whatever, even open that as a HTML file, you know, just copy paste that or just open that in browser. Can you open this in browser? Let me see. Oh yeah, there you go. You can open that. Doesn't have any CSS formatting, but you can kind of see that, you know, here, yeah, it is an HTML file, of course, so it will open. All right, I think that's all I got for this video. I have, oh, one more thing, of course, the dark mode. So people get excited about dark mode. So of course we have dark mode, and we have accent color here, very similar to Msty app, and then also the base color. So you can change different base color here based on how much darkness you want. Also has a slight tint. So for an example, this is kind of a blue tint, you know, and my favorite is not this one, but Sandy. I created this just for me because, you know, the dark one is too dark, you know, even for me. So, but, you know, some people prefer that, so they can have that. But, you know, you can also go light. It's a little bit lighter, and then so light and then lighter. We might add more lightest and, you know, make it more lighter for, you know, some people struggle with like it being too dark. But yeah, this is my absolute favorite. Let's see how much time. 17 minutes. Maybe I can do one more thing here since we have already opened it here. Okay. One thing that we have added, which is to be able to select modules for formatting, for rendering the messages. So let me go and then ask Nemo to write a JS function to reverse a string. I've switched to dark mode now. I don't know how good it will come out. So the font is too small, so let me increase the font size here. Okay, so what you can do now is you can, so there is the code, and a message can have, you know, of course it's a markdown, but it will also have code snippets. It will have math, latte. I think that's how they pronounce it. Sorry, I'm not, I don't use it that much. Sorry if I mispronounce it. And, you know, you can have different modules, different basically rendering types, right? Modules. So at least that's what we're calling it. So what you can do is you can go and then decide what you want and don't want. So rather than just saying format it or don't format it, you can say what kind of formatting do you want, if that makes sense. So what you can do here is you can say, okay, I want Markdown. Of course, Markdown is the base one, but you're saying, okay, I want code highlighting. I want collapsing tags. That's the thing tag. You know, it's supported out of the box already. You also want GitHub flavor Markdown. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't use math, so, you know, I don't care. And in disabling these has performance advantages, right? Parsing these and rendering these does take time as well as your processing power. So you can select this. So select and deselect this one. So if I deselect code highlighting, as you see in the back, the code highlighting is gone. So now this if you have too many code snippets and it is slowing the rendering down, it will slow down because it has lots of tags to rendered. So disabling that definitely helps. So as you saw that, once I have disabled that one, it immediately just like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And then if I do Markdown, of course, everything will be disabled because Markdown is sort of the base, the basic, the lowest level, right? So if you don't want any formatting, you're just like, okay, you know what? I don't care about formatting right now. I just want to read the message. Then you have that as well. Okay, so I want to do Markdown, and don't care that much about code highlighting myself, to be honest with you. Okay, one thing that you have already noticed is the mermaid diagrams. Yes, it does support mermaid diagrams as well. And let me show you an example. Okay, so let me go and then create a new message conversation here. And then mermaid.js examples. Let's get some examples here. Okay, so how about this one? Okay, so if I go and paste it here, now I don't want to send this as a message, right? I don't want to send this as a message. First, let me check what I have. Okay, I don't have it enabled. So I don't want to send it as a message, because that message, that as a prompt, I mean. So, we have a perfect feature for that one. Here you can send as assistant message. So then it just adds that one. As you can see, it doesn't know what this is. But what happens if we go and then add the mermaid diagrams here? Oops, okay. Is this a valid mermaid diagram? Let me see. I don't think that makes any difference. Oh, I know what's happening. All right, so I know what's happening. When I pasted this, we only pasted this as text. It doesn't know. It has to be in the proper mermaid.js tag, right? So let me do this again. So I think this is mermaid.js. Let's try that one. See if that works. And then we can send this as assistant message. No. Let's try one more here. Let me copy this. Let's copy to clipboard. Mermaid. And then send as assistant message. There you go. Okay. So that means, the models have to return this in proper tag. So, which is mermaid. Even I forgot it. I implemented this a long time ago. So even I was like, oh, what is the syntax here? Okay. So let's try another one here. I kind of messed that up. So, okay, let's try, how about this one here? Okay, let's try this one. This kind of looks pretty complex, and I'm kind of nervous now. Okay, mermaid. That was the syntax that we used. Okay. And again, you have to ask the model to give you proper code block, and they usually do. Okay, so now if I send this as an assistant message, boom, there you go. That's pretty awesome, right? Yeah. Pretty exciting. It's a small feature, but yeah. Okay. So dark mode, rendering modules, dark theme, font size, font style, accent color, base color, so do all, copy paste, so that, and then I showed you the context field. You've already seen the fold. I love that feature. And then, yeah, system prompt, already seen that. You can set it here. We remove that from there. And then we also saw the projects and how you can, when you create this one, it shows you this breadcrumb, and you can kind of see where you are at right now, and you can take some actions from here, okay. And then I think you have pretty much seen all the ones that I wanted to show. All right, so that's it for, I guess, today. All the smaller ones, I believe, are now out of the way. So only have the big ones now. So, and they are really big. So each video might be, I don't know, a really long one, because once I start showing you the big features, I really want to show you sort of everything, and some of these features you haven't seen before, even if you're using existing Msty app. So it might take some time. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.